Hello. Welcome to our demonstration of how our Shopify app works with our Kayo3PL portal. Today I'm just going to walk through the primary features and functions, as well as how you use your app on a day-to-day basis. So I'm going to start out with a Shopify site, as well as our portal up here on the right-hand side. It is advisable that we install your app for you, although it is available in the App Store. um, it is our recommendation that we install it. So you just reach out to Dave at Kayo3PL.com requesting a switch to our app, and then we'll go ahead and schedule an appropriate time to switch you over from the old way to the new way. So let's begin. So just so for your information, the app gets installed. It's actually located right in the App Store. So we are a published and approved app provider in Shopify. We're going to go over to settings. We're going to go over to locations. The app installs what's called third-party locations, and two are created. The first one's called Kayo3PL. The second one's called Kayo3PL pre-orders. Okay. Um, both have a certain purpose. The first location here is the location that our system will update your on-hand inventory in. Okay. The second location is used for what we call pre-order management. And we'll get to that a little bit later. The native or default location is required. Shopify will not let you have one. So what I tend to do is change the name of your current default location to do not use. You can have other locations. Perhaps you have some product at your house or your facility that you're shipping. You could have those locations here as well. The second thing the app does, it installs what's called a carrier service. Okay. Just so you know, in order to use carrier services or what's called live checkout shipping rates, you need to be on a Shopify plan of Shopify annually. Okay. Or advanced or plus. So you have to be on Shopify annual subscription or greater to utilize this feature. It's just the way Shopify is designed. Shopify sells its own shipping labels and makes margin off that. So they don't make it very friendly for third-party shipping rates to be introduced into the checkout. It's not a limitation by us. It's just something that they require all customers to have. Okay. So what happens is in your shipping rates, when the app's installed, it installs what's called carrier and app rates right here. So that's our app name. And if you click on the three little dots, you see edit rate. And it's going to show you when somebody's in checkout for the respective zone, these are the carriers and these are the services that the system will show. Okay. So it's going to push our live shipping rates to your Shopify checkout. So why is that important? Well, it better aligns your shipping expense to your shipping revenue. Previous to this, a lot of people would just put flat rate shipping or shipping by province or state. It's just a kind of guess, right? You'll lose some money on some orders and you'll make some money on others. This way ties as close as we can your expense to collection or revenue. So it should help with your profitability as a business. But by saying that, there is some limitations. So in Shopify, we don't know the actual box size that this shipment will go into, but we do know the weights. So the shipping rates at checkout only uses the entire order weight to get the price. If it's packed in a bigger dimensional box, there's a good chance the rate will be higher when you're billed on your final invoice. There's not much we can do about it, so that's why we do say it gets you close to the actual cost, but it's not going to be exact. Um, so you just have to understand that. If you want only specific services to be shown, you check mark everything, including this, and then you uncheck mark the one you don't want to appear at checkout. Okay. The other thing you can do, and again, this is a business decision that you can make, is you can also include a handling fee. You can either do it by a percentage of the shipping amount or a flat rate. So if you put $2 in there, and the shipping rate that gets returned at checkout is $8, it'll show it as $10. Okay. Um, so that's an option there. And you set this by zone, depending on how your zones are set up. If you don't want to use my rates at all, you just come into the zone and click delete, and it will remove it from this particular zone. So a lot of clients will say, any orders that have a subtotal of $100 or less, use my rates. If over $100, then maybe free shipping. Again, all those are business decisions on how you want your shipping to be charged. It's a very good tool. We highly recommend it. We believe it will definitely help with your profitability as an e-commerce company. Okay, so that's what the second thing the app does. It sets up that carrier service. Um, let's head over to products. So there's a couple important things about your product setup, and I'm just going to go through them with you. The first one is you definitely need a SKU for every product or variant. Okay. This SKU has to match the SKU in our portal, in our system. That is critical. If they don't match, we don't know what to ship, and that may cost you additional fees for us to adjust your orders, etc. The other thing you're going to want to do is make sure you have your weight for one item in here. As I was saying to you with the checkout, um, it's important that it bases the shipping price off the entire weight of the order. So if your weights are wrong, then the shipping costs will be wrong as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over to the website here. I'm just going to demonstrate. I'm sorry, that's not a good product to look at. Let's go into uh, popcorn here. We're going to pick maybe some seasoning. Oh, those are sold out. Uh, let's try to get some seasoning here. We're going to add it to cart. We're going to go to checkout. We are going to put a Canada address to demonstrate. And you can see here, the system will return our shipping rates to your checkout. Um, carrier, service, estimated time frame, and amount. Okay, I'm just going to demonstrate United States. So you can see how that works. So you can see here. Okay. So back to products, you just got to make sure you have the SKU in the product or the variant, as well as the weight. Okay. All right. Let's go over to orders, and I'm going to explain how this works. Um, in this case, I've got a sample order that came in. Okay. And you're going to notice the status is unfulfilled right here. The location is Kayo3PL, and these are the two items on that order. So there's a few different things you can do and you have to do at this moment. You could, if you want, hold this fulfillment or even split this fulfillment. So you could split these two items to separate fulfillments. And why would you do that? Well, maybe one of the items you don't want to ship to this customer at the moment. So you would split it and change the location of the one you don't want to the do not use location. Um, but on a normal day, when this order comes in, you can hit request fulfillment, which gives you a review of what you're going to request fulfillment, and then you will press send request fulfillment. Now, I'm not going to do that in this example here, but just please note, once you click this button, you can't have any shipping address changes anymore or item or quantity changes anymore. Okay. You've basically blessed it. It's frozen and it's no longer changeable. Okay. Um, so when you send it for fulfillment, it will look similar to this right here. It says fulfillment in progress. Um, it does not mean it's shipped yet. It means that you've just sent it to us for fulfillment. And if you change anything in here, it will not reflect in our system. I repeat, it will not reflect in our system. Okay, so that's why we say once you send it to us for fulfillment, it's not changeable. Okay, um, there is a chance, a very quick chance to cancel. It's usually within the first few moments of creating the fulfillment. The system will either tell you it accepted the cancellation or it rejected the cancellation. If it rejects the cancellation, it is too late and this order is already being picked and packed. Okay. All right. Um, when we ship the order, it will show as fulfilled, as you can see here, and it will write the tracking number to the order as well. It will also trigger your default Shopify email ship notification as well. Now, there is a way to automate this fulfillment. Um, Actually, though, before I get to that, there is also a way where you can multi-select and request fulfillment as well. So you can approve multiple orders for fulfillment all at once. As I was saying, there is a way to automate this request for fulfillment, and it's done using a Shopify app called Flow. Okay, so if enabled, the order will come in, and if the product is located in the Kayo3PL location, it will automatically send it to us for fulfillment. I just have to caution you that, remember what I said, once the order is sent to us for fulfillment, it is no longer changeable or cancelable. So that's a business decision, right? You know, do you want to spend a little bit of time or give you, 6, 8 hours to process these just in case you have any client SKU or address changes? Okay. Um, so again, turning on that automation is possible, but you're really going to have to decide if that's a good business decision for you. Um, on the other side here, in our portal, you'll start to see under orders Shopify fulfillments. So these are all of your fulfillment requests that you've done in here in Shopify. There's nothing you really have to do here. I'm just noting it that it does exist. When we do ship these fulfillments, it does write the tracking number, carrier, and estimated shipping and picking cost. And of course, you can always come into here and click on pack video, and you can actually watch your orders that were packed, which is really handy. Okay. The other really cool feature that gets enabled is under products and then under Shopify products. So what this view is showing you is every product and every variant in your Shopify system right now, what it does is it looks at the SKU from Shopify and it tries to match that SKU in our portal under products here. If it matches, there's a check mark. If it doesn't match, there would be a button here that says create product. And hopefully I can find you one here in my sample store. Right here. Here's an example. When you hit create product, what it's going to do is going to bring you to the product create screen, and it will put the SKU, the UPC, the name, and the image from your Shopify store. There are other fields that you need to fill out that are related to my system, but it's just a quick way to know what SKU in your system is it created in our system, and if not, it lets you create it in our system. So that's a efficiency improvement for most of our clients as well. Finally, under documentation here in our portal, there is a section here for Shopify app. And we do have work instructions on real-time shipping, key setups, setup and daily operations. You can just click the little icon to open up instructions in PDF as well. I'm going to flip back to Shopify. I'm going to go to products. I'm going to go to inventory. And then up here, I'm going to switch it to my Kayo3PL location. My system will automatically update your on-hand inventory of every SKU from my system in that Kayo3PL location. Okay. It will also factor in the committed amount when it updates. So that's something that's pretty much mandatory in our system. Okay. The other thing that this will support now, and depending on what you want to do, this could be relevant to you. But this unavailable amount under the inventory section of the product, you can basically put an amount of inventory that you don't want listed on your site as available. Okay, so let's just say 3 of these, I'm going to put a safety stock. Okay, so what it did is it took 3 of off the available list. Okay, you have 1 committed, so there's 4 total. It only allows to show 10 on the website, but overall you have 14. When my system updates the on-hand inventory every day, it will not change this unavailable status. So it will stay as 3. So you can pretty much use this feature to reserve stock for whatever reason you want to. Some people, um, want to keep X amount available on their website or other reasons. Uh, I'm just going to set this back to what it was here. Okay, so that feature does exist as well. Finally, I want to walk through a method in which you could uh, potentially manage your own pre-order quantities. Okay, so for example, let's just say you have a group of products that you're releasing in October 1st, but you're going to put them up for sale September 1st. And let's just say for one of the SKUs, you have pre-ordered 50 items. Okay, so 50 of them are going to be coming in, but you don't want to sell more than 50 because you're going to get unhappy customers. Okay, I'm going to show you a way where you can control whether a product is pre-order controlled or not. Okay, so I'm going to click on this one particular product. Okay, it has 0 quantities, it has 0 committed. That's important. Up here, it lets you switch to Kayo3PL pre-order location. So I'm going to hit save. Okay, So notice now the pre-order location here. So you could come in here and say, I have 50 of these available. Okay. Now, because this product does not exist in the Kayo3PL location, my system will not change this at all. So the inventory management of this SKU right now is in your hands. Okay. And you can manage it however you want. So if you list this product now on September 1st and you sell all 50 of them, this will be zero, this will say 50, and then because you don't have this turned on, it'll show out of stock on your website. Okay. So you're going to have now 50 orders of this product here. They'll actually be up here in the orders here. And when you click on the actual order, it will look like, if you just excuse me for a second here, it will actually say um, location KO3PL pre-orders. Okay. So these orders, you're not going to send to us for fulfillment. You're just going to leave them. You're going to leave them as unfulfilled for the time being. Okay. Now, when the product arrives to our location and gets received, okay, you will go back to that product. Actually, you will go into the orders that are KO3PL, and you'll change the location to, it's hard for me to show you, but you'll change it to KO3PL. Okay. Um, then you'll go back into the product and you'll switch it back to multiple locations. And then you'll put the amount into, and then you'll remove the do not use location. Okay. Then you'll go back into those orders and you'll switch them to KL3PL and then send them to us for fulfillment. So it's a little bit complicated, but basically this will allow you to take control of your own on-hand inventory by SKU and and um, and manage your pre-orders as you wish. That is an optional thing for you to use. I mean, you don't have to use it, but it's there if you choose to, or you can manage it any other way. Our app does not officially support any pre-order third-party applications or really any other third-party application that you may be using. Okay. So if you do use any sort of third-party apps that do order management, pre-order management, or anything like that, um, there's a good chance it won't be compatible with my 3PL app. So I hope this was informative. I hope it gives you an overview of how our app works. It is definitely a major improvement to what we were doing in the past. If you do if you do want to migrate over to our app, please reach out to Dave, D-A-V-E, at kayo3pl.com to set a migration time because we do have to be very, very careful that we don't duplicate orders or we don't miss any orders when we make the conversion. These are all things that will guide you on how to do through the process. Uh, we strongly believe you migrate over to it just for the mere fact of the shipping rates at checkout. That is a extremely valuable tool for your business financial results. Thank you very much for your time and really appreciate it. Bye bye.